Welcome back, focused learners, to today's explainer. We're looking at something that takes a classic, brain-teasing pastime and completely reinvents it for the modern digital age. Okay, let's dive into this. We're exploring MySudokuWorld. And listen, this isn't just some basic puzzle site where you passively click numbers into a blank grid. Not at all. What we're actually looking at is a highly dynamic, gamified ecosystem. It's literally built to take you from a complete beginner all the way to a grid-mastering expert.
The platform's central thesis is incredibly clear. It's just play free Sudoku, master the grid. And honestly, that perfectly captures the whole vibe they've built here. You know, historically, Sudoku's been a pretty solitary, quiet activity, right? It was just you, a newspaper, and maybe a pencil with a really good eraser. But MySudokuWorld takes that timeless core logic and wraps it in a modern, feature-rich environment. It manages to feel incredibly authoritative, but at the same time, totally welcoming to new players. It basically takes a traditionally solo task and turns it into an absolute masterclass in puzzle solving.
To really grasp the sheer scale of this platform right out of the gate, consider this number, 10 plus. That is how many distinct game modes are available on MySudokuWorld right now. The creators clearly got that puzzle solving, well, it isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. Whether you're just looking for a quick 5-minute distraction on your lunch break or an intense, brain-burning challenge that takes a full hour, there is absolutely a mode tailored exactly for your mood and your current skill level. But the thing is, you aren't doing this alone. Building on that massive scale, the platform boasts a thriving, highly active community of over 50,000 players. Literally 50,000. That is a huge group of logic enthusiasts logging in every single day. They're competing, they're learning from one another, and they're improving. And it's all completely for free. You aren't just solving a puzzle in a vacuum anymore. The exact moment you sign up, you're joining this bustling global puzzle arena. Now, what's really interesting about this agenda is how perfectly it maps out our zero-to-hero player journey today. First up, we've got play, game modes for every mood. Then learn, master the Sudoku Academy. And finally, compete, challenge the world.
All right, let's start right at the foundation with Section 1, Play. Game modes for every mood. So, when you're ready to jump in, you're immediately presented with some fantastic choices to match the time you actually have. First up, there's Classic Sudoku. This is the timeless, perfected logic puzzle we all know and love, and it offers 6 distinct difficulty levels, ranging from a breezy easy all the way up to an absolutely punishing extreme mode. But hey, if you don't have time for a massive full grid, they've got Mini Sudoku. This drops the grid size down to a 4x4 or a 6x6 layout. It uses the exact same core logic, but it gives you a much faster, punchier brain workout across 3 difficulties. It's honestly brilliant for those quick little transitional moments in your day when you just need a fast solve. And right in the center of the regular play experience is the daily challenge. Every single day gives you a brand new, curated puzzle, like this medium difficulty one from Friday, July 10th. The reset cycle is, as you'd probably guess, strictly daily. And I gotta say, this is the absolute perfect mechanism for building an unbreakable daily habit. It gives you a highly specific, time-sensitive reason to log back in every 24 hours. It keeps your mind sharp and makes sure you're always engaging with fresh content. Once you've got a solid handle on those basic play modes, well, that brings us right to Section 2, Learn, master the Sudoku Academy. Because listen, the platform doesn't just throw you to the wolves and expect you to figure out complex mathematical logic totally on your own. Instead, it features this incredibly robust AI-powered academy that includes exactly 20 step-by-step lessons. That is a highly comprehensive curriculum built directly into the site. It literally takes you by the hand and walks you through the exact strategies you need to actually conquer the board. And this brilliantly illustrates that 20-lesson progression. It starts at Step 1 by mastering the absolute basic rules of the grid. But you move up quickly to Step 2 learning crucial intermediate techniques like spotting hidden singles. Then finally, Step 3 is where you transform into a true master. This is where you execute advanced, expert-level logic with awesome-sounding names like the X-Wing and the Swordfish. You're not just guessing which number goes where anymore, you're applying high-level strategic logic to systematically dismantle the board.
Okay, so your skills are razor sharp now. Welcome to Section 3, Compete, challenge the world. If you thought Sudokus was just some relaxing Sunday morning activity, you definitely need to think again. In live multiplayer, you are actively racing against real players in live one-on-one battles, as well as these massive multiplayer tournaments. This is where MySudokuWorld just completely changes the game. It turns a quiet puzzle into a high-stakes, adrenaline-pumping arena.
It completely shatters the stereotype of passive Sudoku. You are head-to-head, sweating every single number placement, desperately trying to solve the grid faster than the actual human being sitting across the digital table from you. It's highly competitive, it is incredibly fast, and it adds a totally new layer of thrill to the whole experience. To track all of this intense competitive action, the platform features a deep progression system. You earn XP for your gameplay, you build up those daily streaks we talked about earlier, and you unlock specific achievements to really show off your growing skills. So the crucial point is that all of these elements, the XP, the streaks, the rapid solves, they directly fuel your climb up the global weekly leaderboards. And here is the absolute best part. Those leaderboards reset every single Monday. That means every week is a brand new season. It's a fresh, clean slate and a brand new chance for you to fight your way right to that #1 spot. And who exactly are you fighting against for that top spot? Well, players from over 100 countries. The global reach of this competition is just absolutely staggering. When you log in to compete, you actually have the opportunity to represent your home country against an international roster of dedicated logic masters. It truly elevates the entire game onto a worldwide stage. But maybe you don't always want the intense pressure of taking on the entire globe. Beyond those massive international leaderboards, MySudokuWorld also lets you keep the competition a bit more intimate. Through community clubs and private matches, you can challenge your real-life friends directly. You can even jump into dedicated community discussion spaces to, say, debate the finer points of that X-Wing strategy you just learned in the academy. It's a perfect balance. You've got the massive global arena on one side and tight-knit, friendly competition on the other. So, after looking at the diverse game modes, the AI-powered academy, and those crazy live multiplayer battles, it all comes down to this final provocative question. Are you ready to become a Sudoku master? We've walked through the entire zero to hero journey today, and I think it's abundantly clear that this platform has everything you need to sharpen your mind, improve your logic, and claim your top spot on the grid. The only thing left to do is to test yourself. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope you found this breakdown as fascinating as I did. Keep learning, keep solving, and hey, I will see you on the leaderboards.